Welcome to Ecoholics. RBI Grade B DEPR examination is round the corner, and so we need to prepare for our best attempt. This video we are going to understand about the paper pattern and the new syllabus and the new pattern that RBI Grade B DEPR has now constructed. Since last year we have had the new pattern and the new syllabus, and this year whoever is giving the attempt of RBI Grade B DEPR must note these important things that I'm going to tell you all. So let's begin with the preparation of our study of RBI Grade B DEPR examination. The very first thing that you all need to understand and know is the paper pattern. So the paper pattern over here displays that there are 4 papers. Unlike the last paper pattern, which did not have 4 papers, this paper pattern of RBI Grade B DEPR has 4 papers, 2 papers in phase 1 and 2 papers in phase 2. Now these papers are different styles of papers, and the nature and the type of papers is also very different. So I'll tell you all the very important things that you need to keep in mind while preparing for these papers. For phase 1, for which you need to start your preparation very soon, this paper, the very first paper, is an objective type paper on the basis of economics. So it will be a core economics paper, an MCQ type paper. It will be a computer based test. So you will have the whole paper on your screen, on your computer screen, and you will have to give your answers on that computer screen itself by marking the correct option. So that will be your objective type paper. The second paper will be a descriptive type paper, which will be of English. English is a very, very important aspect. Since the last couple of years, we have been telling our students and candidates aspiring for RBI Grade B DEPR that English holds a very prominent role in this paper, in this examination. And so since the last year when the paper pattern has changed, they have changed the positioning of English from phase 2 to now phase 1, which means that RBI also wants to tell you that English is a preliminary important paper which you should start preparing for. A very unique thing about this paper we'll very soon get to know, but now let's focus on phase 2. So what has phase 2 entailed? There will be paper 1, which will be descriptive type of economics, and the second paper will also be descriptive, which will also be economics. So they'll be in phase 2, not 1 but 2 papers. 2 papers in phase 2 of economics. So the syllabus now, which has been shared by RBI, has all the different modules from microeconomics to macroeconomics, from statistics to econometrics to Indian economy and public finance, and also growth and development. With this kind of variety of modules, it will be testing your study in 2 variants or in 2 steps. Paper 1 and paper 2, both are of economics, both have separate syllabus. So you need to know the whole syllabus. We have previously prepared a whole video for understanding the syllabus as well, and this year too we are going to soon share with you the proper syllabus with points and minute details of what all you need to prepare within that syllabus for RBI Grade B DEPR. Now let's quickly go over the actual paper pattern with marking scheme. So here you have the phase 1 and the phase 2. Phase 3, of course, is the phase where after phase 2, if you qualify phase 2, you will be given, you will be getting into the phase 3, which is personality test interview, and which is of 75 marks. And we will talk in length about the personality test later, but in this video, we are going to only talk about phase 1 and phase 2. Let's concentrate on phase 1. Phase 1, the paper 1, MCQ type of economics. You get 120 minutes. 120 minutes 2 hours. Now you need to understand that why they have given this in minutes is because whatever number of questions you are going to get in this section, you need to attempt it in 120 minutes. So your bifurcation, your strategy should be according to the minute to minute approach and not by taking the holistic hour approach, that in half an hour I need to prepare for this section, in half an hour I need to complete this section. No, it should be a minute to minute approach. In 5 minutes I need to complete this question, in 2 minutes I need to read up that question. This should be your approach. So you should always focus on whatever has been documented by RBI and given, so that you completely understand what exam you are actually preparing for. This is for 100 marks. So that's pretty much about it. Now, the second paper is a descriptive paper. However, like I said, the unique thing about this paper is that it has to be typed on keyboard. So this is the only time in this examination, whole examination, that you're going to be using the keyboard against the computer screen. The paper is going to be displayed on the computer screen and you will have a section, a box-like structure, and within these box-like structures, you will also have the word limit underneath, how much words have you typed, and this will be a test which will test your English. Okay, so all the syllabus that you should prepare, whether it is essay or prezi or formal letter writing or paragraph writing or grammar, English grammar, all of these things you need to remember and prepare for this paper 2. Paper 2 has similar pattern, 120 minutes and 100 marks, right? Now let's go for paper phase 2. Phase 2 has the first paper and the second paper, both are of economics, but like I said, the whole module now is more detailed. Now they are asking you more number of questions in economics, and this is a descriptive paper. There are 2 descriptive papers. Now what will happen is you will be given the question on the screen while you will be given an answer sheet wherein you will have to write your paper down. So it is going to be a combination of computer-based test and written examination. You will write your paper, the questions will be displayed on the screen. This is something that you need to note because there are many structural issues that students face, that they are not able to rephrase their answer because every time they have to watch the screen, scroll down and again keep on watching the screen, writing down, watching the screen, writing down. This activity is exhausting. When you actually sit and write the paper, it becomes exhausting. So I will tell you in my third slide what all you need to start preparing for such type of examination. Now let's concentrate on the paper. Again, same situation, 2 papers, 120 minutes each, 100 marks each. This completely makes your phase 1 and phase 2 of 400 marks. Both phase 1 and phase 2 are equally important because phase 1 is not just your qualifying paper but also has a lot of weightage in terms of marks that you receive in phase 1, because finally in your mark sheet they are all going to be added and then your All India rank is going to come out on the basis of that mark sheet. So you need to note down that this is the strategy that you need to prepare for. Now, how do you need to prepare? Let's come to that. So here we are learning 5 very important learning tips that you should keep note of. If you do this regularly, you will not fail and you will every time you will succeed in whatever competitive exam you give. For RBI Grade B DEPR, firstly, you need to note down that there is a language choice, which means that the papers that we just talked about, so except for paper 2, which is English, the language paper itself, all the other papers are going to be displayed in both Hindi and English, and you have a choice also to attempt them in Hindi or English. Not mix, not bilingual, either Hindi or English, you need to choose. First you need to choose, and then of course you need to attempt. Also, when you fill the form, there is a language option which you need to carefully fill down. Even for your interview, they have an option of either choosing the interview in English or Hindi, where if you incorrectly fill the form in any other language that you do not know, it will be a problem, it will be hassle for you. So, which is why very carefully whenever the form appears, you need to sit down, calm down and properly fill the form, proofread it, only then you share it, upload it. Okay, and similarly here as well, you need to know that the options are given to choose a certain language. Doesn't mean that you can write bilingual, or doesn't mean that you can switch a language in between, right? Both for your the test, the examination, as well as the interview. So the very first thing is the choice of language. Second is syllabus. The syllabus and paper pattern has changed since last year, and which is why focusing on the full-fledged syllabus is very important. How much weightage do you need to give for a certain subject is very, very important. Every time when we discuss it with our students that how much weightage has to be given in our doubt sessions, in our classes, it's always a major issue for students because they do not know how much weightage you need to give, how much time do you need to give for a certain subject's preparation. So timetable making, routine setting is very important. If you start now, you will finish early and you will be better off than many others who are giving this examination. Then, writing practice. Phase 2, phase 1 के बाद आता है, of course. But you, if do not start now and start writing your answers, practicing your answers today, it will be very difficult for you to practice in the window of nearly 20 days. Soon after the phase 1 is answers and result is declared, you roughly get 30 days to 20 days. And if it's lesser, sometimes you also get just a week. And in that time period, you cannot prepare at all for this written paper, which is why you need to start from the very first day. While you're preparing for the phase 1, you also start preparing for phase 2 written examination. Designate some time of your routine to writing answers. Write short paragraphs, smaller sentences, smaller answers, but write something. Then, practice MCQs. Goes without saying, if you're practicing phase 2, of course, phase 1 has to also be practiced. MCQ, the beauty of MCQ pattern test is that students often misinterpret that, oh, it is, if I just learn all the things written and I study very hard and I read all the books cover to cover, I'm going to succeed. It's a misconception. If you do not practice your MCQs, there are 100% chances that you are going to get confused after looking at those 5 alternative choices. So better is the deal where you actually learn the concepts and start attempting MCQs. Even if for the modules that you do not know, start attempting. At least you will get an idea what type of questions are appearing, what type of questions you do not know about, what type of concepts you do not know about, where are your loopholes, and you start filling the gaps, and that's how you prepare holistically. Finally, RBI reports and documentations. Documents and RBI reports are highly important. In my last video, I have focused a lot on how do you study the RBI documents and all the different publications. You must watch that video to understand in depth how and on what basis the focus areas are decided for this examination in particular. So the fifth and the very last but not the least point for you all as a tip is that if you go around and study and learn the RBI reports well, you will have complete knowledge about RBI. about the policy rates, reserve ratios, about the different publications, about the fiscal stability, about the economic stability, about monetary policy committee, what are they planning, how are they trying to control inflation. All of these questions will be a question in your phase 2 descriptive paper. So better start reading this and you are done for most of your syllabus. So these 5 tips are very, very important to start your preparation for RBI Grade B DEPR. I hope that this video will enlighten you and you will start your preparation very soon. I'll see you in my next video with more informative content. Till then, stay tuned to Ecoholics.